Kia ora tau school whānau. I hope you're all keeping well, and it's with some excitement that we can say that tomorrow we are moving to Alert Level 2, which means that on Monday the 18th of May, we get the opportunity to come back to school. And I'm sure that for many of you, this is something that you're really looking forward to as parents, but also for our tamariki, I'm sure this is going to be something that's really exciting, an opportunity to reconnect with their teachers in person as well as their friends. In preparing for Alert Level 2 and a return to school for our tamariki, there have been some tweaks to our procedures that we've had to make to ensure the health and safety guidelines that have been recommended for this alert level will be followed. At Alert Level 2, contact tracing is still really important. So if there is an adult on site who is a non-staff member, we need to record those details. Essentially, we want to be able to reduce that as much as possible. So to do this, we really encourage our tamariki to be able to come into the school grounds independently. And where this is possible, that would be absolutely fantastic. So it could be dropping them down the road and then they can walk down and come in through the gates. Alternatively, we know that there are some students who, as part of their routine, they would like a caregiver, could be mum, dad, an uncle, auntie, grandparent, an older sibling or something, to bring them into school. To do this, we've actually set up a designated drop-off area, and this next little clip will hopefully help to explain how that is going to work. So what we're going to do is that we're going to have a look at what our beginning of the day procedures are going to look like once we get back to school. All pedestrians arriving at school, there are two gates. Now the gate to the right is going to be for all students who are arriving at school independently, and they can just head straight down there and off to class. The gate to the left here is where is going to be our drop-off zone. That's if there are parents or caregivers dropping their kids off at school, might need to give them a quick hug goodbye, just to keep with sort of those beginning of school routines. Basically, this area here will be you do your goodbyes and your drop-offs. Students will head straight this way down to class, and then parents and caregivers can head off out of the gate here, which will be open. For our parents and caregivers who will be doing a drive-by drop-off, we'll follow our normal procedures of just driving through, stopping off at the gate, dropping off, and then students will then head off straight to class as usual. If there are any caregivers who do need to come on site to come to the office or to talk to a teacher or to talk to myself, you will need to fill in the contact tracing register. It's just so we can keep a handle on who's been on site and who's not, should there be an incident of COVID-19, which thankfully we've had a couple of days of no cases, so that's really great. But your support with that is going to really help us to manage the health and safety here at school. The detail of our pickups and how that procedure will work is in our school newsletter, which has been attached to this bulletin. So please read and check that out. One of the big things that we also want to let our school community know is that we'll be following key hygiene measures, such as ensuring that there is hand sanitizing before eating, coming back into class from being outside at the start of the day, after being to the bathroom. We'll make sure that tables are being cleaned regularly throughout the day, and also that our cleaning regimen that happens in the evenings will be strictly adhered to ensure that things like door handles and high touch areas will be cleaned thoroughly. Another really key message at Alert Level 2 is all-around sickness, and basically in a nutshell is that if your child is sick, they cannot be at school. So we're including things like runny nose, cough, headache. We still need to be really strict around that. If your child becomes sick at school, you will be called and asked to pick them up, and maybe even recommend to go see a medical specialist to see if there's anything untoward going on. So your support with this would be really, really appreciated. That's all for this bulletin. I know there's been a lot of information. Thanks for taking the time to listen to it. There's going to be more information coming out over the next wee while to let you know little bits and pieces about what's going on. Look after yourselves. Look forward to catching up with you on Monday. Ka kite anō.